petroleum, the final reserves. These are the voyages of the starship Enrons prize. Its warrior mission: to explore in pristine worlds, to lay pipe amid old civilizations, to boldly drill where no man has drilled before. Captain's log, star date August 6th, 2001. It has been 4 years since we brought the Taliban to Texas to secure a pipeline across their territory from the vast reserves in Uzbekistan to the sea. Their violent rule has brought stability to the region, but it has made the deal politically untenable. The rubric of the drug war has permitted us to funnel them millions of taxpayer dollars in bribes, much of it diverted from counterterrorism programs. But now they must either accept pipeline royalties and a power-sharing agreement, or the wrath of our energy-hungry nation. Kenny Boy says thanks for backing him up on the California energy crisis. Carl says that'll teach him to vote Democrat.
Captain, I'm picking up a transmission from Israeli intelligence to the CIA. It says buildings that symbolize American government, military might, and commerce are at risk of kamikaze attacks using hijacked U.S. planes.
Like that Blue Ribbon panel report back in 1999? Or that plan targeting the Eiffel Tower that was foiled by French intelligence?
Or that Tom Clancy bestseller a few years back. Oh, I love Tom Clancy. He gets all his storylines from his buddies in U.S. intelligence. That's what makes them so authentic.
Let's wait and see what our guys have to say about this.
Captain, the CIA says that Osama bin Laden is planning to hijack American airliners.
Osama? Wasn't he the guy who sent the suicide bombers on a boat to attack the USS Cole?
The man who arranged simultaneous attacks on the U.S. embassies in Kenya and Tanzania? Wasn't he later linked to the group that bombed the basement of one of the World Trade Center buildings in 1993 in an effort to knock both buildings over?
Captain, it's another message from Israeli intelligence, but this time it's to the Russians. They're asking the Russians to use their influence to convince us of the seriousness of the threat of suicide bombers flying hijacked airliners loaded with fuel into symbolic American buildings.
That's not very specific. Cheney?
What? Like the Pentagon?
The White House? The World Trade Center? Again?
Ashes, have you heard anything from your guys at the FBI?
No. Why do you ask?
Well, it's just that you stopped flying commercial on July 24. Never mind. I wouldn't want to offend the CIA by asking. My daddy used to be director, you know.
Captain, we've got more warnings coming in from Russian, Iranian, German, and Egyptian intelligence. Also, intelligent actor James Woods has filed a report.
Okay, so I take my seat in a first-class flight from Boston to LA, right? And there are these 4 guys speaking Arabic who are obviously making plans for hijacking, okay? So then I tell the captain.
Captain, it's your brother Jeb. He can't remember whether he's supposed to declare martial law on the 10th or the 11th, so he's going to declare it on the 10th.
Until we get more information, keep the shields down and tell the FBI to back off. I want to get that pipeline deal done. Now, if you excuse me, I am on vacation this month. I'll be on the holodeck. If you have any questions, Dick Cheney and my daddy will be in the White House on stardate September 10th and 11th. And while you're at it, find a way to get us out of this recession and get my popularity back over 50%.
Good morning, everyone. I'd like to start with a brief statement by the President, September 11th. And with that, I will be glad to go to your questions.
It's clear from the record that you, Karl Rove, or the President is lying. Why should we believe you now?
Is that a rhetorical question or a logic puzzle, David?
Scott, Karl Rove and Louis Libby just dragged what was apparently a dead body behind your podium.
That is part of an ongoing investigation, and I cannot comment on it at this time.
Was that a compromised CIA asset?
Terry?
I was going to follow up on the body, but Robert Novak and your predecessor, Ari Fleischer, just walked behind you holding hands with Prince Bandar. Does that have anything to do with the fact that Novak not only exposed Valerie Plame in his column, he also revealed her oil-related CIA front company on TV a few weeks later?
Again, Terry.
By the way, didn't Ari Fleischer step down on the same day that Novak exposed Plame?
Again, Terry, that's part of an ongoing investigation. I want to talk about it, but this is not the time. Helen?
Jeff Gannon,
man just tiptoed behind you, carrying his shoes and clothes. Did someone just leak information for him to convey? Or was he here on another outcall?
That bitch. Believe it or not, that too relates to an ongoing investigation, and I'm afraid I cannot comment on it. Last question, John.
About the vice president.
Did he, just walk behind me with an armful of shredded documents, or was he eating a baby?
He eats babies?
That's a ridiculous suggestion, John, and frankly, it's irresponsible of you to repeat it. Thanks, everyone. Scott, any tips on getting the blood off our hands?
That's all, folks.
If you've retired, you don't have anything to worry about. It's the third time I've said that. I'll probably say it 3 more times. See, in my line of work, you got to keep repeating things over and over and over again for the truth to sink in, to kind of catapult the propaganda. In terms of
You know this one. Detainees.
the detainees, we've had
thousands.
thousands of people detained.
Good.
We've investigated every single complaint against
Detainees.
the detainees.
They based
It seemed like to me they based some of their decisions on the word of
allegations by...
and the allegations by people who were held in detention, people who hate America, people that have been trained in some instances to disassemble.
Disassemble. It means to not tell the truth.
That means not tell the truth.
Characterize the report, but don't deny it.
So it's an absurd report.
Good.
Just is. And
Don't panic, Mr. President. Just call on me. I'm in the 3rd row.
yes, sir.